and that's what's great about AEW is there's been a lot of times where even as the promoter and the CEO of the company, I'm shocked by some of the things the wrestlers have done and can do. And Swerve and Hangman is a great example of that. What a great rivalry. What great matches. Both great world champions, but also beyond the championships, just a personal hatred and rivalry that will simmer and is really, I believe, a generational wrestling rivalry, Swerve versus Hangman.
Welcome to the Figure 4 TV. Now today we got Tony Khan saying he has the best black pro wrestlers in the world. You know, he just recently signed Bobby Lashley, Sheldon Benjamin, and MVP. So he got a huge part of the Hurt business, but they don't go by the Hurt business over there. They go by the Hurt Syndicate. So we also got an interview from them, and we got Tony Khan's statement. So check out the intro, guys. When we come back, we get straight on into it. And I hope Tony Khan don't mess this up. This can be great. This can be great. And WWE, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball on this.
Just the last little bit of my childhood.
Just gone away. Cynical as ever now. God.
Yeah, well.
I want to commend you, Tony, for what you do with black wrestlers on your show, because you guys definitely push them forward, and even more so now. I see it. You definitely putting Swerve over for sure with the title, but bring in the Hurt Syndicate, as you mentioned, Ricochet, Leo Rush there as well.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Is that a conscious decision on you guys' part? And because I know you're not just pushing them because of their color, they have to have the talent too to do it. But tell me about that decision to be conscious about what.
Well, I think you just said it, Big Dave. I'm conscious of it, but I also think that these are all some of the best wrestlers in AEW you just named. So we're really lucky to have those great stars, and we've been fortunate to be able to build up some stars and also have a lot of great free agents come in to where I think so many of the top wrestlers, some of the top black wrestlers in the world are in AEW. And I really think most of the top black wrestlers in the world are now in AEW, but I think that is a conscious thing. But I also think it's great, and it's awesome to hear that. I'm glad that that's something that's connected with you, and it means a lot. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. We focus. I watch it all. I see it all. I see what you're moving and how you're doing. So
yeah, appreciate
kudos to you, man.
To you too.
Well, thank you for coming in and being generous with your time. We love starting this relationship with AEW. We're a lot of big fans here. And don't forget, Saturday night pay-per-view, Full Gear, Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy for the AEW World Title. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher is going to tear the house down. And don't forget, I can't speak today. Swerve Strickland and Bobby Lashley. I'm a big Swerve fan. I just love everything about it.
I love Swerve, and Swerve versus Bobby this Saturday. It's going to be huge. I'm glad you said it.
I think if I have to predict who's stealing the show, it's Jay White versus Adam Page. I cannot wait for that match. So lots of great stuff going on. And don't forget, this week from tomorrow, night before Thanksgiving tradition, Wintrust Arena, it's Dynamite Collision, AEWTix.com. Go see AEW live. You will not leave disappointed, I guarantee you that.
Quite frankly, because we had an idea that initially was conceived by Bobby, and we were able to put it together, and we executed it flawlessly. And it was very organically popular. And unfortunately, it was ended long before anybody was ready for it to end. We felt that we wanted to give our story the proper ending that it deserved. And Tony Khan was kind enough to allow us to bring our conglomerate here and continue doing what we do better than virtually anybody else.
Bobby, what was that initial idea that you had for this group?
I remember talking with Sheldon backstage. It was when P came back. He was coming back because his son had never seen him wrestle. Me and Sheldon were sitting back there, and I was thinking of kind of like a little character switch. And I was like, man, what if you put like Suge Knight, Don King, and The Rock from the Players all together in a character? And I was thinking, I would love to be able to play that and kind of run with it. And then me and Sheldon, we saw P walk back, and I was like, that ain't me. That's him. Yeah. and then I always wanted to do this Hurt business because when I was fighting, my boxing coach used to wear the shirt Hurt Business, and I just loved it. I loved the name, and I was like, man, I want to do Hurt Business. And we were talking backstage, and then we said, all right, P's there, we got us two. I said, that's already a group, and we were all friends anyway. We always used to talk, and the best thing is that we had an opportunity to work with your friends. You know, when you work with your friends, it's real. And we put that together, and we were like, we need one more piece of the puzzle. That young guy that can kind of be a part of the group. So when we put it all together, it was magic. We all put it together, and it was magic. We had fun with it. We ran with it. And you know, in the wrestling business, you always say, give the fans what they want. And the fans wanted us back. I mean, even to this day, before coming back, anytime anyone said, I posted something, at least one comment would say, Hurt Business, Hurt Business, Hurt Business. They always wanted to see us get back together because it was something that was real. I mean, we hang out together, we work out together. We've been working in different companies for a long time. We had a couple stints together with other organizations where we had some fun with. And we said, man, we got to do it again. And this was the perfect opportunity to do it again.
Let's talk about the reaction to your debut here in AEW. Over 1 million views in under 24 hours. Are you surprised by that reaction?
Not at all. I'm a big damn deal. But at the same time, you know, it was me, but at the same time, it was us. Like I said, people have been wanting to see us get back together and do something. And it was just something magical at the time. And then they said, oh, here are all the pieces of the puzzle back together. So I think people wanted to see what it was about and see what we can do with it.
And for a while, I had been talking to Bobby, saying, we have to go do this. We have to go do this. And at that point, Shelton was already independent, and one piece of the puzzle was there. We're the other two, and we can pick up the fourth. We have to go do this. And we had a number of conversations where I was like, listen, man, we have to go do this. And fortunately, he came around.
Is it essential to pick up the fourth? Who's the fourth?
Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself there.
Dang.
You put it out there.
You're getting ahead of
yourself.
Your journalistic integrity, I respect it. You should ask the question, but I'm not giving you that answer.
We have seen you giving out the business cards to several talent here in AEW. So if you're not going to tell me who, what is some of the criteria that you guys are looking for somebody to be able to join Hurt Syndicate?
Well, number one is coachability. They have to be coachable. Number two, they have to have
Swag.
I was gonna some swagger, a sense of style and fashion, because we are #fashionably violent.
So no jeans.
Say again?
No jeans.
No jeans.
No
jeans.
You can't have a nice pair of jeans.
Okay.
No nice pair of jeans.
Got
We
it.
made that became very clear very early in our journey.
Yeah, but I think the number one thing is coachability, athletic ability, and the desire to hurt people for money.
Okay.
And Renee, I think there's another thing to say with our group, and I think this is why our group is so great for any organization, is there's layers to us. There's layers to everything that we have. So if you come in and you go against us, first off, you got to stand in front of him with the mic in your hand. And then after that, our young guy that comes out, we're going to have somebody that can move, that can fly, that can do everything. So you got to be able to have that match with him also.
You guys can still move pretty well, by the way.
We're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to 10 toes down.
Okay. All right.
And then you have Sheldon. Sheldon has a little bit of that, a little bit of me. So there's several different layers that you have to go through with us. And if you can go through all the layers, man, you are a made man. But if you can't, even if you can make it through it and be able to hold your own, you're still a made man. So I think it's great for any organization, especially here, for some of the guys that you want to build, put them against us and see what he can do.
So just to piggyback off of that, Shelton, do you feel like you have been underestimated for a long time, and now to be here with the handcuffs off, having the matches that you've been able to have, do you feel like you're finally able to step in to show everybody exactly what you can do?
I definitely feel like I've been suppressed.
Underutilized, not underestimated, because everybody knows what he's capable of.
Right.
Yeah.
He's done amazing things. Underutilized.
Yeah.
He hasn't been utilized to his maximum potential.
You know, I've been in the business for a little bit, so I've done a few things, and yeah, I've definitely felt like here in AEW, I've had the opportunity to show fans who I really am, what I really can do, and not what was me doing what I had to do for the people I was working with previously. I really love that I can really be me here in AEW.
So you guys have worked in several promotions, many different iterations of this group together. How far back do you guys go, and how have you been able to maintain this friendship? What is like the basis of the friendship with the three of you?
I remember the first time I met these two guys. We were in the Staples Center, and there was a ball of tape and a trash can in the corner. And I'm sitting there new. I knew them speaking, but I didn't know them yet. And they were betting $20 who could make the ball of tape in the trash can.
Hit him with a little one of these?
Yeah, well, no, I was just watching.
Okay.
I was new. I'm kind of digging the scene from afar.
Okay.
And Bobby didn't want to pay. I remember that.
You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay if you win.
Okay.
I seem to remember it a little differently. But that was the first time that I remember like being with them at the same time and us kind of laughing and joking. And then through the years, Bobby and I would ride together for a little bit, and we got to be familiar.
So you guys have been together, you've had these friendships, you've gone off into different paths, and then come back together. What keeps bringing you guys back together?
We are actually friends. We're actually brothers. Like we've got, this is almost a two decades of friendship, and at one point we each were, competitors against each other. So I think over the years we've just formed a strong bond till now it's more of a brotherhood than a friendship.
Yeah, we've tagged with each other. We've fought against each other. I've been kicked in the face by this guy, speared by this guy. So you develop a measure of respect when you're in any form of combat. When you stand across from somebody, there's a measure of respect that you can only understand if you've been in that situation. And it builds something that it's very unique. And you can only understand that if you've actually been in a combat situation with somebody that has earned your respect.
Sure.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah, sure.
You know when you have a friend where you're sitting around, something happens in front of you, and you can just turn and look at somebody and then just start dying because you know exactly what. I know what he's thinking. He knows what I'm thinking, and we just start laughing.
Yeah.
So that's how it's always been with us.
So for the Hurt Syndicate here in AEW, what is your mission statement here?
It's very simple. We're here to make money, take championships, and make sure everybody understands that by far and away, we are the absolute best in the industry at inflicting pain on people. We enjoy doing it, and we get paid a lot to do it. And along the way, there are people here who have championships, and those championships mean a lot to them. And they should. But we're gonna take those championships from them. Because I know, there's no question in my mind, that there are AEW fans, there's talent in the locker room. They're not happy that we're here. They're not cheering for us, and they shouldn't be. They absolutely shouldn't be, but we are here at this stage in our careers because we're good enough to be here. And there's a lot of people that would like to stop us, but they can't.
You're invited to try.
Please try. Please.
You mentioned wanting to inflict pain on other people, being paid to do that, being, as nasty as possible, which brings me to Swerve Strickland. He was instantly the first person it seems that you guys put a target on coming here. Do you want to talk a little bit about why Swerve and maybe some of the things that you see in Swerve Strickland?
I like Swerve Strickland. I've wrestled Swerve Strickland. I've watched his career. I've watched him grow and evolve since he was a skinny kid, doing flips for no reason. And through the years, I've watched him grow and evolve. I've watched him mature. And when we first decided that we were gonna put our unit together, he was that fourth person that I wanted. Swerve has a problem though, and that he still has some maturing to do. And he still doesn't understand the business. And I think that's the problem with a lot of the younger talent. They're caught up, this is my art, this is my passion. It's a business. It's about money. At the end of the day, There's no feelings and emotions. It's about money. It's about business. And we were trying to educate Swerve and tell him you could be so much greater if you follow our lead and allow yourself to be guided. Under our tutelage, Swerve could be one of the greatest of all time, but he's still got that youthful exuberance where he's trying to push back because he doesn't really understand yet. But that's okay. We'll give him time and we'll help him to understand.
Okay. I mean, I know that you guys have spoken about the backgrounds in each of you and your MMA backgrounds, all the accolades you all have there. So manager to manager, how do you see Prince Nana in the way with Swerve?
Oh, man,
Okay.
you got a great sense of humor. That's hysterical.
Is he in the way?
I think he was unconscious the other night, wasn't he? Yeah, I mean, I appreciate his intentions. But at the end of the day, we're not trying to sell coffee. We're trying to sell tickets. We want to sell tickets to people who want to see violence, who want to see people inflict pain and injury upon other people, and in the process look damn good doing it. And we don't dance. We're not here to entertain you with dance moves and get the crowd swaying. We're here to entertain you the same way that ancient Romans were entertained in the Colosseum, by violence. That's what people are paying to see. And there's nobody better in the entire industry at inflicting violence, imposing their will on other people than the two gentlemen sitting with me today.
Great. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. Great to have you here in AEW. And
We're very happy to be here.
looking forward to see you guys two here.
Oh, we're gonna do a lot.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.